Well, thanks for staying with us. You're watching The World is One News. My name is Mohammed Saleh. The counting of votes is presently underway in the 3 states of the Northeast. We'll be getting you the details as they emerge. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. The left front is all set to return to power in the northeastern Indian state of Tripura. BJP may emerge a close second. The Congress appears to be ahead in Meghalaya. It may retain its lone bastion in northeast India. The ruling NPF is set to win Nagaland. The BJP alliance may emerge as the main opposition in what promises to be a bit of a photo finish. And Europe hits back at the United States. President Donald Trump's decision to impose tariffs on steel and aluminium imports will impose duty on Harley-Davidson bikes, bourbon whiskey and also Levi's jeans. Up to $3.5 billion of US imports could be hit. There is no respite from the beast from the east in Europe. Massive travel disruptions due to heavy snowfall and blizzards from across the continent. At least about 55 people have lost their lives so far. And a massive storm hits the US East Coast. More than 2,600 flights have been cancelled in Washington, Boston and New York. 1 million people are said to be without power in eastern United States. All right, now the counting of votes polled in assembly elections in the 3 northeast Indian states of Meghalaya. The initial trends indicate a big lead for the left front as the BJP lags behind in Tripura. In Nagaland, the Nagaland People's Front is leading big, leaving behind the BJP. And in Meghalaya, it is the Congress which appears to have gained the upper hand. But let's also remind our viewers that these are still initial trends and not necessarily the results. The counting process has been underway since 8 o'clock this morning. So this is what the scene looks like in Meghalaya, where the Congress is leading in 21 seats and the BJP lags behind with 6 seats. The NPP, the National People's Party, has got about 14 seats so far. And also in the other states, in Tripura, for instance, it appears that the left front could actually return to power. They are leading in almost about 29 seats, while the BJP has got 23 seats. Now, this is what the picture is like in Tripura, where the left front has got about 26 seats, while the BJP lags behind. And also in the state of Meghalaya, it is the Congress which of course has the upper hand in these initial trends which we have got so far. But these are crucial elections considering the fact that the BJP is of course trying to expand its footprint onto the northeastern part of India. That the BJP is trying and foray into those areas which haven't been known as the traditional bastions of the BJP. The Congress is of course fighting for survival. It is fighting for relevance in the northeast. It may, from the initial trends, it may retain the crucial state of Meghalaya. This is something which is very interesting. And also in the case of Tripura, it appears that the left will continue to retain its bastion. The left at this point of time is in power in only 3 states. It is in power in Tripura and of course in Kerala, and this now remains to be seen as to with what margin they continue to hold on to their victory. And this of course will be an election which the BJP, even if it does not win in any of the 3 states, will look at with a certain amount of satisfaction, considering the fact that the last time round when the elections had taken place in the year 2013, the voter percentage for the BJP had been very, very marginal. But this time round, it has emerged as a major party to reckon with. And for more on this, we are joined in by our political affairs editor, Kartikeya Sharma. Kartikeya, this of course is the highlight of this particular election, where if you look at the manner in which the electorate in the three northeastern states has voted, they seem to visualize the BJP as a major player in the politics.
You see, these results are literally smashing, and it just goes on to prove the way Indian politics is so diverse, it's so different in regional areas, and for simple reason, you know, this election can be interpreted in a number of ways. For example, the biggest loser in this election has been the Congress party, where it is being replaced by Bharatiya Janata Party as an important constituent. But if you look at the fact that regional parties have gained strength, you know, despite BJP's great effort to displace regional parties have a say. So you have Mukul, Agatha Sangma and his brother fighting a battle there, the Conrad. You have Mukul Sangma, who is the local face of the Congress party, doing well in Meghalaya. You have the NPF, which despite the massive muscle, financial and organizational muscle of Bharatiya Janata Party in Nagaland with National Democratic People's Party, has not been able to overcome the NPF advantage. And lastly, in Tripura, Manik Sarkar has again given a damn good fight to BJP. If you go by the numbers, Manik Sarkar has done better than Bharatiya Janata Party. The whole BJP establishment was actually lost in Tripura. But despite that, for Manik Sarkar to retain power after 22 years will be an ultimate feat. But then there is another story which goes, which is part of it. What happens to the Congress party? The Congress has completely gone away and the BJP has taken this space. And look at, and this happens when Congress got 36.53% vote in 2013, CPM got 48.11% vote, BJP got 1.54% vote, and it is the second largest party in Tripura. And this has happened in the span of 4 years. So this is, I would say, the success story of Bharatiya Janata Party in Northeast. This is also a success story of regional parties, that the regional parties are here to stay, despite how much we say that it's going to be a hegemonic narrative. But then regional parties will say, whether it's Odisha, whether it's Tamil Nadu, whether it's Andhra, whether it's Telangana, regional parties will have their say in Indian politics. And lastly, what happens to the Congress party, how it's going to fashion itself or, recreates its persona before 2019 Lok Sabha elections, anyone's game. It's,
absolutely.
It's a very tough question to answer, but the fact of the matter is that Northeast has created its own challenges and its own success stories for every political party.
Absolutely indeed. And also, Kartikeya, if we can try get that graphic of Tripura as to how the vote share had in fact looked like in 2013, the Congress had about 36% of the vote share. It was the second largest party in the state. But this time round, it appears that it's virtually been wiped out.
Not only it's virtually being wiped out, it's not going to be the leader of opposition. You see, what's happening is Congress was the principal opposition party. And suddenly people felt that, Congress can't defeat left because, it's behaving like a B team. So why vote for a B team? So the vote shifted to Bharatiya Janata Party. And what has happened is the whole vote going to BJP has created a problem for Congress organizations. So that is why it's ending up with single-digit seats. And BJP, which was in single-digit both in number and in vote percentage, has gone to double-digit in Tripura.
And also, Kartikeya, what is interesting in all this is the emergence of the BJP in an area that was not seen as a area which would normally vote for the BJP. Because considering, the manner in which the BJP goes about its campaigning, there are certain issues which are very close to it. There are certain issues of cultural nationalism that they talk about. But if you look at the campaigning that was done this time around in the Northeast, they changed the complete narrative. And this is perhaps what has made them emerge as a clear, if not a main source of power, then a clear alternative to some of the local parties there.
See, they not only changed the narrative, but in Northeast, the church also became a player. You had those farmans from the church about the way election should be fought. The same thing would have been very different if you have a farman from Swaminarayan Temple in Gujarat about Bharatiya Janata Party. But nonetheless, it just goes on to say that, secularism is very, very Western European and religion has a plays a part when it comes to subcontinental politics. You know, whether it's church here or a temple there, you know, it becomes the same thing. Issue largely has been that the Northeast...
But if I can interrupt you there, how much of a role do you think religion has played in this particular election?
I would say 80%. Barring Tripura, 80%, you know, both Nagaland and Meghalaya got actually affected by the church and the religious discourse. See, ultimately, you know, the Constitution guarantees freedom of dietary habit, freedom of speech, freedom to propagate and, you know, live by your own religion. And I think in Meghalaya and Nagaland, the sort of, as I said earlier, the form of cultural nationalism practiced by BJP RSS created their own challenges for the party when it wanted to expand in Northeast.
Absolutely. And also we've got an interesting statistic behind you. This is what the party positions were in Meghalaya. We'll be getting the party positions in this election as well. But from the early trends, it appears that the Congress is actually on its way for forming a government in Meghalaya. Is that something which the Congress can actually take heart in?
Congress can do that. But see, the larger issue here is that this number, 46%,
right.
There are others. You know, I think this is the largest others in any state I have ever seen.
Okay.
You know, the 46% of the vote is going to others, which means the whole mandate in Meghalaya is fractured on the lines of ethnicity and region. So the Congress will have to work doubly hard, and it has to see whether Agatha and Conrad Sangma, Mukul Sangma's children, whether they will be able to create a sort of a alliance with these people or not. Because remember, in Manipur, BJP was not the single largest party. Congress was the single largest party. But BJP ended up making the government. So in elections, dynamics change. And the similar thing happened in Goa. BJP was not the single largest party. Congress was the single largest party. But BJP ended up making the government there. So in small states, organizational muscle is important, but money matters.
But do you think the Congress has somehow just not got the organizational muscle anymore? Is that what has hurt the Congress party so bad?
I think Saleh, Congress will give its full when it comes to Meghalaya.
Right.
They are not going to leave Meghalaya.
Okay.
But the problem will be in Nagaland and Tripura, where they are in no way to support any other political party. But yes, the whole focus is Meghalaya. If you want, it's like this. Did Congress fight elections in Northeast? Yes. Did Congress fight elections in all three states? No. Congress only focused on Meghalaya.
Absolutely, indeed. And let's also now talk a little more about Nagaland. You were there at the time of campaigning. Let's get the graphic up for Nagaland. Now, this is how the numbers stacked up. This is for the year 2013. The Congress got about 8 seats, 24% of the votes. It was the NPF, which was the leader, 47.04%. The BJP, look at that, 1.75%. And this is going to change drastically in 2018. What do you think the BJP has done right this time around? I
think what BJP has done is that BJP has gone along with a person who was the face of Nagaland, three-time chief minister, who this time went to Lok Sabha thinking that he'll become the minister nefario. But then something happened in his own political party, NPF, and two people who stayed back went on to become the chief ministers. But now he has formed his National Democratic People's Party. The bottom line is, despite being a face, BJP has got 20 seats. NDPP, which is not here, with BJP, is fighting 40 seats. NPF is fighting all the 60 seats.
Right.
Congress is fighting only
20 seats.
18 seats.
Yes.
18 seats.
18 seats.
In this election, Congress fought 56 seats. So the problem is that the vote share is going to decrease. Their vote rate is going to increase because they have invested in candidates. And Northeast election is not fought on the party symbol. It's fought candidate by candidate. Like, for example, in Gujarat and other places, you know, candidates are important. But here, only candidates are important.
Right.
And the 8 MLAs of Congress party, they all defected to NDPP.
Absolutely, indeed. And Karthikeya, just before I let you go, you know, these are traditionally the areas which the BJP has not looked at. The BJP has essentially been a party of the Hindi belt. But now what we're seeing is a concerted push on the part of the BJP to try and expand in Northeast and also try and expand in the south of India. Why do you think the BJP is actually trying to do that?
BJP is trying to do that for a simple reason. BJP feels that it will be very difficult to get that sort of seats in western and northern India. So there is a chance that they can repeat their performance in Uttar Pradesh, but to repeat that same performance in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Maharashtra will be tough.
Right.
So that is why they want to make up in Northeast, they want to make up in Odisha, they want to make up in Andhra, Telangana and Tamil Nadu. That is why they are going for political fishing in the state of Tamil Nadu. The last time Tamil Nadu was in alliance with BJP when Vajpayee was the Prime Minister. And when they dished DMK for Jayalalitha, everything went haywire. And since then, they have no space. So BJP wants to go into new spaces for better cohesion, better buffer in 2019. It's all about 2019 from now on and nothing else.
Absolutely, indeed. It has to be seen as to how that will, of course, pan out. Thank you very much indeed, Karthikeya, for joining us with those inputs. This, of course, is going to be a very crucial election. The Northeast is something that the BJP is, of course, trying to look at, expand to, and that perhaps is what it has done in terms of the numbers that have come in.